Well, hello. Once again, I am your lawman, and welcome back to my channel. And listen, I appreciate all my supporters. I really do. I thank you. I've been taking a little time off. I've been going through a little personal stuff, but I left for a minute, but I'm back. Or like people would say in my hometown, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Yeah, your lawman is back. And I've been appreciating all the feedback. I appreciate all the well wishes. As you know, I lost my mother. And I would just tell you, look, like I said in the last video, if you still got your mother, your father, hold on to them, love them. Youngsters, and I'm talking about a lot of the youngsters, I see a lot of grandchildren are so disrespectful now to their mothers and their grandmothers and their grandfathers. You better stop your shit. Yeah, and I know I said I was going to stop cussing in the last video, but shit is not a cuss word, see? That's in the Bible. Shit and ass and, Jesus rolled on the back of an ass. So we got to know that that's not cussing, so, so I can still say those words. Some of them a bitch. Okay, that ain't in the Bible now. So I'm gonna stop. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. I am your lawman. And right quick, I want to hit on, a lot of people ask me about self-defense. And I think maybe a couple of years ago, I spoke briefly on that. But I haven't never made a entire video dedicated to that. So, and here we go. Because a lot of people don't know what self-defense is. You don't know, you got to know what self-defense is. Because that's going to be the difference between you, if you have to unalive somebody, that's going to be the difference between you whether you go home or you go to jail. Like Denzel White said, you want to go home or you want to go to jail. That's going to be the difference. You have to know. And so let's see what the Georgia says about this. First of all, I'm gonna give you a definition of stand your ground, because a lot of people misunderstand that too. But this is the Georgia definition of stand your ground. It's okay, y'all. I don't got to where my sight ain't what it used to be, and my glasses are getting readjusted, so y'all just hang on with me. But Georgia stand your ground law under OCGA 16-3-23.1. You can look this up now. It's a good thing about having the internet. Look it up. Allows individuals to defend themselves against an immediate threat of violence without a duty to retreat, as long as they are not the aggressor. Listen to me, people. This is important. As long as they are not the aggressor and reasonably believe deadly force is necessary. Let me go read that again. Let me go, because some of y'all need to listen. All them white men who was shooting them guys down in Florida, you need to hear this. Okay, as long as they are not the aggressor and reasonably believes deadly force is necessary. Georgia Castle Doctrine provides similar protections when you are defending yourself in your home, vehicle, or place of business. Both laws serve as defenses for those suddenly and lawfully responding to danger, not as permission to seek or plan violence encounter. Notice, plan violent encounters. If you are considering using force, the safest legal choice is always, listen to me, is always to walk away if possible. Okay, do you get it? It's walk away if possible. Now, I know that a lot of people won't allow you to walk away, and I get that. So that is the gist of it. So, lawman, what does that mean? Okay. There was a situation several years ago down in Florida, and Florida has been catching it. And these young black males were in a vehicle. They were in their vehicle, and they were playing their music loud, and the music had cuss words in it, and it was, disrespectful to children and women. And this white guy walked up and yelled at them, said, "N-word, cut your bleak music down." And he got in a verbal dispute with those guys. One of those guys got the car, and they were arguing back and forth, and he lit it up. He lit that car up. I mean, he blazed it and unalived at least one of them. Now, my thing is, according to what I just read, was he justified by law? I know Georgia law and Florida law are a little different, but was he justified? No, you are not justified. And you should be going to jail. You should be going to jail. The safest thing for me is if you wouldn't say anything to this guy without a pew, don't say nothing to him with it. Don't let this right here cause you to have brave. Be brave. I'm serious. So if you wouldn't confront this guy, okay, man, I know my wife is going to get on about this gun, but I'm sorry. If you wouldn't confront this guy without that pew, don't confront him with it. It is not for you to be aggressive. It is for self-defense. And the best way to do is always attempt. Even when somebody comes at you and wants to be aggressive to you, it's always best to attempt to walk away. And if that person don't want to let it go, you can defend yourself. Now, we have to look at, okay, with me, and I'm older now, but I'm 6'1", approximately 240 pounds, 235. And say this little lady, she's 115 pounds, and she coming at me aggressively. Do you think that I can use that stand your ground law and tell you that I fear for my safety? Hell no. Because it has to make sense. Now, if that same 115-pound lady was charging at me with a knife, that's different. That is different. Say if somebody comes onto your property. Okay, and I think I told you about this in one video. It was, I got called to a house, and the mother and the grandmother and the children, they were all upset because these girls got into it with their daughters in school. And so they decided to come to the house, standing in front of these people's house in the street. And the mother and the grandma said, well, we got our pew, so we can shoot them and be self-defense. I like negative. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do it. First of all, if you go out there, if you are in your house and they call out your name, and if you go out there and meet them with force, you are no longer considered a victim. You agreed to take place, to participate in this fight. And that's what it's going to be. And if you unalive somebody, you're going to jail. Do you hear me? You're going to jail. So there's an old saying that says, only in America will a poor man can become rich, and a pussy can become brave with a gun in his hand. And see, and that's what we're dealing with. And I don't want to just harp on white people, because a lot of the so-called gangsters, these new age gangsters now. Now, when I first came up in law enforcement 30 years ago, oh man, we had to know how to throw these right here, because those guys that we were dealing with, they knew how to throw them, and they didn't mind throwing them. There were a couple of guys, man, when we knew that we had to go get him, oh man, we knew it had to be 5 of us, because this guy was not only a karate master, but he was a Marine. And he had something going on up here. And he wasn't even that big. But his mental, when he was mentally off, he was hard to deal with. But we dealt with it. But now in today's time with a lot of these younger deputies, they would probably use deadly force on him. But we're in a different time and a different day now. But we don't have that no more. You know, like I said, a lot of the young guys, their testosterone is down, man. I mean, I look at some of these young gangsters, supposed to be gangsters, walking around with the gold teeth, or whatever they say teeth is, gold teeth, and the hair looking all wild. These jokers probably weigh 103 pounds, and a good wind come blow them away. But they are bare with that gun in their hand. Yeah, buddy, they're bare. So a lot of those, they're cowards. Yes, I said it. Lawman said it. You are a coward. Won't knuckle up one-on-one like we used to do in the old days. Won't knuckle up. Don't even know how to fight. Don't even have men in your life to teach you. So yeah, so it ain't just our cousins, black people. Our cousin mean a white man. It's black people too. These young little gangsters, these little thugs that terrorize the neighborhood, breaking into all kind of shit, shooting up the neighborhood. People hate to see them coming. And a lot of them got a lil in their hand, a little man, a little boogeyman, a little pistol starter, a little bookie, a little dookie, whatever. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. You are a coward. Can't knuckle up no more. Now, you'll knuckle up if it's 10 of y'all on one. And then if it's a real man who come from, a lot of the fighters are 35 to 40 and on up. If even dealing with one of them, unless you got a weapon, he probably whoop about 5 of y'all. Because y'all can't fight. I mean, y'all can't bust a grape. How is it that y'all arms is just as small as the girl's arms? But, okay, let me get off that. I'm sorry. Lawman, sorry. But, yeah, that's self-defense. Self-defense is what it's for. You don't go around seeking it, and you hope to avoid it. And if there's a way that you can avoid it by avoid it and not take somebody's life, that's what you do. Let me tell you something. You don't know the psychological stuff that you have to go through when you take somebody's life. So you shouldn't take anybody's life lightly. It should be necessary. And what's necessary is a big guy like me walking up to that 115-pound woman, trying to grab her, trying to manhandle, trying to have my way. Yeah, she can put me down. Even some of the smaller guys who, because I'm a big guy, you probably can justify that. But you can't be no aggressor, because the minute you are aggressor, you are not defending yourself. You are not defending yourself, and the law is not going to be on your side. I don't care how pitiful you get in there and look in the courtroom. I don't care how you go in there and cry. If you were the aggressor, it's not defense. Okay? And no, if you walk outside and catch a youngster breaking in your car and try to steal your car, and he see you and he run away, you got to let him go. You have to let him go. You have to let him go. You can't. You have to prove that he put you, like my mother-in-law, this is how she pointed, you, not your property, but you or your family members. And it don't have to be a family member. It could be that you're an outstanding citizen and you can see a stranger getting mistreated, a man had a possibly gonna die, and you can stand up for them. But yeah. Okay, Lawman is out. Now, if you have any questions, feel free. You can reach me at axthelawman@gmail.com, axthelawman@gmail.com. And remember, I am your lawman, and I love you. Peace out. Much love.